all for a physical glow up, okay? Fix your makeup, fix your hair, self-tan, lose the weight, whatever. Unfortunately, none of that is going to matter if you're brain dead, okay? And if you're doing nothing to take care of the one thing that's controlling all of those things, and that's your mind. Being smart is a skill that can be built, and if I really wanted to start working on my intelligence, getting my mind sharp over the next 30 days, this is exactly what I would do. Definitely check out my mind maintenance and learnings of the week series on here. 20%, 30%, 50%, 100%, whatever of the time that you normally spend scrolling, watching TV when you get home, relaxing, whatever, you're gonna learn things instead. If it's just a Netflix documentary for now, fine. YouTube documentaries, read books, get on National Institute of Health and look up studies that are interesting to you. Look up American Psychology Association studies. Anything that interests you, look it up. If you don't know where to start, just think of, do I like gardening? Do I like animals? Do I like science? Am I interested in healthcare? Am I interested in hair care? Am I interested in ancient history, philosophy? I have a bunch of things listed on my TikTok for things to check out instead of doom scrolling, but pick a topic and just go learn. You have the entire internet. Now on, every single day or night, you are going to take some of that time that you spend rotting your brain and you're gonna invest in it instead. I also do my learnings of the week every week if you wanna see what I'm learning on a weekly basis. 2, active reading, no more passive reading. If you're not reading a book, whatever. If you're on TikTok and you find yourself not able to read a minute-long caption, or it's one of those scrolling things and it's like 10 slides of different words and you're like, that's way too long, I'm not gonna read it, you're gonna read it now. And you're gonna read it actively. There is no point in reading something and not understanding it. If you have to go back and read it again for 30 minutes, do it. There is no point. You have to respect yourself enough to not be satisfied with a surface level understanding of things. Brings me to 3, the art of noticing. The best classroom you will ever have access to is the world around you. I promise you there are 100 things right now that if you were to look around your room, look around the coffee shop that you're in, look around the building that you're in, if you started asking yourself questions about, what is the floor made out of? What kind of tree is that? What kind of clouds are those? What do I think that person does for a living? If I were to recreate this structure right here, what would I do? If I were to recreate this meal that I'm eating, can I guess what all the different ingredients are in it? And what do I think that girl's shirt's made out of? And how do I think that car was made? And do I know how my car was made? And how do cars work? And there are a million different things, but you have to come at life from a place of intellectual curiosity. If you're in line waiting for something and you hear a word that you don't know, or someone's talking about something that you don't know about, don't just go, oh wow, that's really crazy, or I've never heard of that before. No, don't be satisfied with that. Look it up. Happy learning.
The same way that Slim Kim feels about being skinny, that is how I feel about being smart. Let me explain to you why. It does not matter if I lose all of my money today because I have knowledge in my brain. My brain is not empty. I know for a fact that I can acquire it right back and some more. When you are smart, when you have intellect, the rate that you feel negative emotions that you have control over, like jealousy, envy, it goes so much farther down. I can conceptualize the things that I see people with. I understand that if I put this certain amount of work in, I can also have that thing. I can do this thing. I can go that place. I don't look at other people and feel like things are unattainable for me because I have thoughts. I no longer internalize other people's behavior onto myself and onto my worth because I can understand that what people do is more a reflection of them and their character than it is of me. Do you know how amazing that feels? All the money in the world, all the beauty in the world cannot replace having an understanding of how things work. And I'm not saying I know everything. No one does. Even if there is something that I don't know, I know where to go find that information. I can figure out who to talk to. I can find something to read that can fill the gaps in my knowledge. So to all of the young women that follow me, I have encouraged you guys to invest in your appearance, to be beautiful, to be fit, to be healthy. But if you are dumb, if you don't learn how to think for yourself, you're never going to live a truly joyful and satisfied life. So stop chasing that man. Stop putting your lives at risk for all of these surgeries. Read a book. See how you feel after that.
Your life gets easier when you become more educated and you sound more educated. It is the epitome of elegance and class. So here are a few things that I'm actually putting into practice to make that happen. Number 1, making sure I'm reading every single day, but not reading to finish, reading to understand. And then I ask myself, what did I learn and how can I apply this to my life today or tomorrow. I also am very aware of the language that the books that I'm reading use to describe certain things. I am aware and I want to pick up on the vocabulary and phrases that they are using so I can add them to my own vocabulary and everyday language. Number 2 is replacing distractions with education. So swapping Netflix for TED Talks or YouTube, swapping music for podcasts. I study how elegant and successful women talk, carry themselves, and think, because the more I do that, the more it changes the way I talk, think, and carry myself. And number 3, I turn my knowledge into skills. It's one thing to know how to do something, and it's another thing to practice it until you master it. Being elegant, being educated is a skill that takes practice. So I make sure that I am practicing every day until I have mastered the skill of sounding educated, of being educated, of carrying myself with elegance and class. I'm telling you, if you want your life to get easier, learn to be more educated, learn to carry yourself with more elegance and class, and learn how to sound more educated, because life gets a whole lot easier when you do.
The smartest women never play fair, and here's how. We never tell people the full story unless it gets us what we want, okay? We're not oversharing, we're not over-explaining things, especially if it's not benefiting us. We make people think that they discovered us, okay? It makes them invest a lot more time, money, resources, etc. We treat silence like a currency, only spending it when it buys us leverage. We smile when we disagree, and then we change the outcome anyway. We turn compliments into contracts. Oh, you love my work? Let's make it official. We plant ideas and let them think it was theirs. This is the ultimate move to getting what you want. We don't argue, we reframe the entire conversation. We accept apologies, but never forget. You know, we let others believe that they're leading, but we are the ones setting them up. We give them just enough to keep them curious. These are the laws of being a woman, okay, and using your femininity to your advantage. We never, ever, ever compete for attention, okay? Huge no-no. Instead, we make it come to us. Smart women control the room before we even walk in, okay? If you want a more in-depth, like specifically how I do these things, let me know in the comments. But this is your sign to level up and become the woman that you were born to be. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one.
The goal is to be beautiful but also disgustingly educated. I'm going to give you guys some book recommendations on how to get smarter financially, emotionally, and socially. First category is Emotional Intelligence, Righteous Mind by Jonathan Haidt. This is a must read. If you ever wondered why people have different moral or political views as you, this is the book that you should read. It helps you understand not just others, but your moral compass. And it just helps you navigate conversations with empathy and insight. Next category is Socially, The Light Switch by Jack Schaefer. The book is about an ex-FBI agent teaching you the art of how to make people like you. He teaches you how to be more persuasive, how to build rapport, how to read body language. This helps you in so many different areas of your life, guys. If you're trying to ace a job interview, if you're trying to make new friends, if you're trying to just be more approachable, this book will really help you with that. Last category is Financially, The Psychology of Money. This isn't your typical finance book. So it explores how our emotions and behaviors influence our financial decisions, and it just helps us understand money better and make better and smarter choices when it comes down to money without the complex BS. So that is all for my book recommendations for today. Stay tuned for the next one.
My favorite type of woman isn't just beautiful, they're captivating. And by that I mean they look good, but they think better. They are invested in their personal equity, mentally, financially, physically. They have hobbies, high standards, interest, and not in a performative way, but deeply rooted in their own authenticity and curiosity for life. Men aren't the center of their world, and they can hold interesting conversations that don't revolve around men or gossip. These women just always have something up their sleeves. Oh, you just learned another language? You just learned a new skill? You just ran for Congress? I don't know. Like, those people are very intriguing. And yet they move with such grace. And yes, pretty gets you in the room, but these other traits, this other depth, these other layers make you unforgettable. Their aura, their charisma, like just everything and how they move and they show up and how they feel about themselves just radiates. To be a pretty girl with layers, to value both your beauty and brains, that right there is chef's kiss. Like, yes.